Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Katsia. For those of you who do, welcome back. From this point on, it is all about Christmas. I am doing Christmas everything. And I know we're still in fall, but I am feeling very creative and I want to give you a little advance so that you can plan your Christmas decorations, get inspiration. And so for this video, I thought I would do stockings. I went shopping everywhere looking for the perfect stocking. And to be honest, I'm feeling a little bit that they're the same style. I feel it's either velvet, either knit, some with little sparkles, sequins, a little bit of beading, but nothing that really made me say, wow, these are different stockings. So what I decided to do for you is do some DIY stockings. Obviously you need a sewing machine, so if you don't want to sew or have sewing machines, these will be available online in the Koa Kaya shop. I will leave a link down below. Limited stock because I do hand make these and I am very limited in the fabric. So I wanted to create stockings that were different, had a boho vibe that you can mix and match and have fun. You can either put them on your fireplace. There's so many ways that you can decorate with stockings, and to me stockings were important and I wanted to create my own because I felt there was a little bit of lack in the stores when it came to stockings. And of course I used some of my scrap fabrics that I had. There are so many ways that you can create them. You can use pieces that you already have in your closet that you no longer wear. Because we're doing patchwork, you need small pieces of fabric and then you sew them all together. But you can do that. You can get scraps of fabrics, use some curtains, you can use tablecloths that you no longer use. So you can have fun and play around and use different fabrics you have throughout your house. And that was one of the important things that I wanted to incorporate in this. You don't have to go out and spend a huge amount of money when it comes to the ornaments, whether it comes to your tree or anything, your decorations. You can use things that you have around your house and reuse them, revamp them, and tweak them into something different and beautiful and fun and unique. So anyway, without further ado, we are going to jump right into this video. Enjoy. let me start off with my first stocking. You saw it in the DIY, and it is this beige one. I love my beige, my earthy colors. So I created this beautiful stocking with different fabrics. I wanted to have some velvet, I wanted to have some florals, some simple fabric as well, a little bit of tweed fabric, and keeping it with the beige look, I went with a beige fur here. And I ended up creating another one. This was my prototype. I had done one before. I do sometimes prototypes to see if it works or my vision is going to come together of what I imagine in my head, and then you do it and you're like, oh no. And then there are moments where you do it and you're like, okay, it's coming together. That's the fun part about creating and having fun and doing DIYs. It's either a hit or miss when it comes to that. So this was my prototype. This was my first stocking that I did, and I love it as well. I thought it was so fun. If you put them together, I think these two work so well hand in hand. They're so pretty together. If you want still in the same color tones, but you want to have different stockings and make it a little bit like a mismatch. So yeah, these two can be paired together. So now moving on to the next stocking, I wanted to obviously do a little bit of color, but keeping it in my more muted colors. When it comes to home decorating, I'm not a big fan of bright, bold, like sort of reds and pop blues and yellows. It's not a vibe for me and what I love for my aesthetic when it comes to my home. I think that it can look beautiful in someone else's house, but for me, it's not one of my preferences. I prefer something that's more appeasing and easy on the eyes, and it makes me feel like my home is more peaceful and I can change things up and I get less sick of it. That's when it comes to my home. But when it comes to my fashion, I love color. I love pops of colors. I have no rules when it comes to fashion. Fashion is like, you can wear whatever you want. But when it comes to my home, that's a personal. I know some people find it boring. It's beige, brown, blacks. I love also bronze and stuff like that, but it's a preference. Each person has their own style and their own look. So I respect theirs. You can respect mine. Anyway, so moving on to my next stocking, I wanted to obviously bring in a little pop of color. And pop of color, when I say pop of color, I mean my pop of color. So this is the pop of color I'm talking about. I wanted to bring in a little bit of some blue, some grays, some beige. So I created this beauty right here. I also wanted to put a little bit of some blue faux fur here. So all of the top of the fur is faux fur. No animals were harmed. My poor little animals. I would hate to do that. So all of the furs that I used are faux fur. I went to my local fabric store, and sometimes in the back there's like a sort of section where there's scrap fabrics as well that you can purchase. So I go there first to see, because I didn't need big huge scraps of fabric. If you're creating like an outfit, then I wouldn't suggest going in that section, but I needed little scraps of fabric, so enough to at least make 2 stockings. So anyway, I wanted to create a blue one, and I love this one. For some reason, the fur is popping a little bit more blue on the screen, but it's more of a bluish gray. I have not come up with names, so if you have names for each stocking, comment down below. Tell me some names that I should be using, maybe for Kawakaya and on the site. I only have one, and the next one is, I call it the Safari, because it's obviously the safari. So I wanted to create a stocking that was fun, different, but obviously keeping in my neutral colors. So I used something that has a little bit of some safari vibes. There's some animals up there. I used some grays, some blacks, some beige, and I had to use some leopard. I love a good leopard. If I had to choose a print to wear for the rest of my life, I would probably choose leopard. I think that leopard is such a good print to mix up with everything. It's sort of like a black dress to me. It matches with everything. It's whether it's a handbag, whether it's shoes, whether it's a hat or a dress, you can play around, or a skirt, play around with different fabrics and it works no matter what. You can't go wrong. So you need leopard everything. It's a good versatile piece. When in doubt, wear leopard. That's all I have to say. So yeah, I created a safari one. Then obviously I love my burgundies, and I wanted to have a little bit of traditional color in there, and I feel that burgundy, reds, plums, I feel that are more of a traditional Christmas, which I love so much as well. And so I end up creating a burgundy plum one because why not, right? And so I created this color and I'm obsessed. If I could, I would keep it for my home, but obviously it doesn't go in my home. But for those of you who do, I think it's so beautiful. So I think reds, even green, I think I might do a green one. If I have time, I will definitely create a green one and put it up in the shop for you. But I think green and burgundies are so rich. They scream Christmas. So I obviously had to do one in this color. so that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a short one, but it's part of what I am creating right now going into Christmas. Next up, I'm thinking I'm gonna do probably either a centerpiece or some little tree accent pieces that you can put on your counter or on your island or even on a console table. So I'm thinking either the trees, or I'm going to be doing a centerpiece with the table setting. Comment down below and let me know which one you would prefer to see first. And now moving on to the whole outfit. So I'm gonna start off with my hat. This is my hat that I've been wearing for years. I love this hat. I'm so glad that I ended up getting this hat. It is my go-to when it comes to my fedora hat. I got it from Brixton. I got it a couple years ago, so I don't think it's still in stores, but if I find something similar, I will try to leave the link down below. Then moving on to my t-shirt, I got this, I think it was at H&M. Then my blazer, Zara. Then this beautiful belt. I mean, it is all beaded, if you can see. It almost feels like I'm a belly dancer. I ended up finding this at the thrift store, I would say maybe 2 weeks ago. It actually has a bralette that comes with it. So obviously you can wear the bralette together, but I didn't want to look like I was too much of a belly dancer. I thought it was so beautiful and fun and unique, and over maybe something like a black dress. And then my jeans are American Eagle, very simple blue jeans. And that is it. My jewelry, all of it Koakaya, you already know. I mean, I don't even need to say it. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm so excited for the next videos. More to come. What's not to love about Christmas? It's just the perfect, most magical time of year. I will see you next time. Have the best week ever. Mwah. Bye, guys.